I'm already a millionaire in my mind. I don't see it yet, but I believe it now. In the same way a seed is called by its finished form, I'm accepting my divine inheritance as a child of God. I'm meant to have life and have it more abundantly. My treasure on earth shall correspond directly to the treasure in the heaven of my mind. Abundance is my birthright. Ashe, amen, and so it is. My name is Julian Gordon, and I'm author of Rich and Righteous: Spiritual Secrets to Mastering Money, Manifestation, and Your Mind. After becoming a multimillionaire through real estate investing, I was moved by God at the beginning of the pandemic to share my money mindset that allowed me to quit my job in January of 2009 at the bottom of the last recession and achieve full financial freedom. I own my mental real estate before I own any physical real estate. This book is like some of your favorites: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, and the Bible all in one. But the divine downloads and thoughts that are in here are 100% original and came for a 6-month period at the beginning of the pandemic. This book is normally $100 on Amazon if you went there right now, but I want to give you access to it for free by inviting you to our next reading group. Yes, the reading group is 100% free. Every weekday for 100 days straight, I'll be reading and discussing the 10 money commandments in the book that make money come to you in your life easily, more frequently, and abundantly. And it will take about 30 to 45 minutes as we read 3 to 5 pages per day until we finish the book and reprogram your mind around money. Why 100 days? Well, if you are 30 years old, you've lived for 10,950 days. And we have to deprogram and reprogram the negative, scarcity-based money mindset society has taught you. And I believe I can do that in just 1% of the time in about 100 days. I'm done with shelf help. You know, when you buy a book to change your life, but you never read it, it just sits on your bookshelf and collects a whole bunch of dust. We off that. When is the last time you had an author actually read their book to you out loud because they cared about you getting the information in your soul? I'm not just here to get this book in your hands. More importantly, I want to get it in your head and your heart, because that's where the real transformation occurs, in the conscious and the subconscious mind. As scripture says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is not the type of book that you just read once. To renew the subconscious mind requires repetition over and over and over. So if you joined us last time, I encourage you to join us again. I myself have read this book over 10 times already. So click the link to join our next reading group, and when you sign up, I'm going to give you the first 2 chapters of the book for absolutely free on what is money and abundance is your birthright, so that you can start your journey to a more abundant life today.
What's good, everybody? This is your boy Fabian, and welcome back to another day of the reading of the Rich and Righteous, where we are reading this book to reprogram your minds to attract more money. If you're new, welcome. You have just entered the room of the 100-day challenge of the reading of the Rich and Righteous. And I'll be honest with you, we are towards the end of this thing, but no fear. We're on day 59, and there is still 58 days of content that you can go back and check out so you can get caught up on this reading. I would like for you to click the link below and go ahead and order you a book, man. Order you a book, let that book come in, resort back to this YouTube page, like and subscribe to the channel so you can receive notifications on future readings that we may have. But in the meantime, click that link below, go ahead and order that book, and then come back to the page, follow through with the reading. We have 58 days of content. We have been reading this book since January 1st. This is a 100-day challenge. We have been consistent and disciplined in completing the readings each day. We will finish this book in less than 100 days. To all my return readers, you already know what it is. This book and this experience has been phenomenal. And I'm glad you guys have been tapping in with me daily for these readings, and look forward to future readings with you guys and other workshops that I will have planned out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get day 59 started. Day 59 is paying your bills like a billionaire. Keep in mind, we're on our last money commandment number 10. Today's reading, Julian is going to take us through pay your bills like a billionaire. Day 59. Let's go.
So let's get into it. Pay bills like a billionaire. All right. Page 391. The scripture for the day is Proverbs 11:24. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. So, we were talking about giving and receiving, and you see this all throughout the scripture. These universal laws are hidden in the scriptures, and we're drawing them out. One of the most negatively charged words in the English language is the word bills. Bills, bills, bills. All right. Many people hate bills and worry about them constantly. I find the resentment toward bills odd, especially recurring ones, given that most bills are attached to a product or service we received and benefited from, right? So you love the service of the product, but you hate the bill that comes with it. Then you must not love the service or product as much. And so therefore you need to release the bill, right? How can we complain about the cost when we're enjoying the benefits of that thing? How can you love using the product and the service and hate the bill? If the value you're receiving is not greater than the price you're paying, why are you still paying that particular bill? You hate your cell phone bill, but you're on the phone all the time. It's allowing you to connect with your friends and family all over the world. It's allowing you to connect with the internet, right? To stay informed, even engage in entertainment. But you hate the bill. That doesn't make sense. Obviously, you're keeping the bill because you're getting more value from the usage of the phone than the actual money. Remember, at the end of the day, we don't want money. Nobody wants money. We're always actively looking for ways to put money into use. Unfortunately, a lot of us spend money, right? Or when you spend money, you end money. We actually want to use money, but not spend it. And we've made that distinction throughout this process. If you love watching cable every day, but worry about the cable bill every day, the negative feeling about the bill cancels out the positive benefit you get from using it. The bad cancels out the good. Think about it. What's the point of looking at the restaurant bill after you've eaten the food and drank the drink? Just think about that. What is the point of looking at the bill? The way I do it, paying bills like a billionaire, when the waiter or waitress comes up to give us the bill, I don't even look at it, right? I just give them the card. I've already enjoyed the food. What's going to happen? Now, occasionally, right, you might have a situation where they added something. If the order got confusing or something like that, you want to make sure there's nothing added to the bill, right? But beyond that, you've already ate the food. What you going to do about it? You're going to go in the back and wash dishes if you don't have enough money? Just give them the card. That's what it looks like to pay bills like a billionaire in real time. What does seeing the number on the bill actually do for you? Regardless of the number, you're going to pay it, right? So why disrupt the joy of the experience you just had over the past hour with thoughts of how high the bill was or is going to be? The only reason to check the check is to make sure that you weren't charged for anything you did not order. That's it. Again, so if the order got confusing, you might check the bill. But beyond that, just hand the credit card. I don't even need to look at the bill. I've enjoyed my experience here, and here's the card, right? Otherwise, you can simply hand the card to the waiter without even looking at the total. That's how a billionaire would pay a bill at a restaurant. It's not because they have more money than you. It's because of the mindset. Page 392. Consider how a billionaire pays bills. They don't worry about the bills whatsoever. Billionaires know that bills exist. Billionaires know that they have been prudent about the expenses needed to grow their business and the expenses to live their life. But beyond that, they just pay their bills without thinking twice. Some of you ruminate too much about bills, and you know they're coming. Why are you surprised on the first of every month? You know the bill is coming. So why fret and why worry about it? Thinking twice is wasted thought energy. As long as their overhead, their monthly expenses, aren't over their head, meaning that their expenses are more than their revenues, they know they will be okay. Instead of focusing their energy on bills, they focus their energy on building. Okay? Everybody type, I focus on building, not bills. I focus on building, not bills. Okay, so instead of focusing their energy on bills, they focus their energy on building something of value to others, a product or service, and themselves. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. I know it sounds simple. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. This book, it pays my bills. My living expenses are not crazy. Even though I have an abundance, my living expenses are not crazy. My book sales alone can pay my personal expenses. Now, my business has higher expenses, but my book sales alone can pay my personal expenses, right? So the best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bills. You get into the vibration of paying bills like billionaires, no matter how much money you have. You can get into the vibration of paying bills like a billionaire, no matter how much money you have. Even if you are on welfare and receiving government assistance, don't look down on yourself. Look up and thank God. Feel how good it feels to have money you didn't work for coming into your bank account like clockwork even if it is temporary government aid. Of course, receiving without giving as a long-term strategy violates universal law. You cannot get something for nothing, but you can use the temporary outside assistance to stimulate your personal economy. Think of it like using a car jump or getting a stalled car's engine going again, or a defibrillator, right, to get a flatline heart beating again. Sometimes we need an outside force to act on us just to get us started, but we don't want to rely on a defibrillator all the time. We don't want to rely on car jumps all the time to get going. Okay. In rare cases, when we are completely down and out and stalled, we may need something outside of us to stimulate us. Last paragraph, page 392. The real issue is not the bill if you enjoy the product or service. That's why we buy things, because the perceived value of having it is greater than the price that we have to pay for it. If you didn't believe it was worth it, you would not have paid for it. If you are unhappy with the purchase after the fact, it means that you overestimated the value and your perception of the value was off. That is, your perception of the value was wrong, okay? Besides the company misleading you in their marketing or whatever you purchased not working, the decision to purchase was your decision. So if your perception of value, right, is off, then that's on you. It is not on the company that is providing the product or the service. You have to own that. Own that I made a poor value judgment, and that your poor value judgment is likely what's keeping you in poverty. Not Sally Mae, not Uncle Sam, not the landlord, not the cable company, not the credit card company, not the grocer, and not the cell phone company, okay? You thought that buying that truck or buying that car that was a little above your budget was going to give you a perceived value, was going to make you feel some kind of way. And in the first month of having it, have that new car smell, it did. You felt like you was on cloud nine. But then afterwards, when that bill started coming, right, because not only did you finance the car, not only did the bill come, but then the maintenance started kicking in, and you realized this wasn't worth it. This wasn't worth it. You know, I drove a 2000 Honda Accord till 2018. I drove a 2000 Honda Accord till 2018. Because when you really think about a car, who's looking at the car? You're inside the car. Now, of course, I want the interior to be nice, but you are inside the car. Really, when you're trying to buy a fly car, it is for the perceived value. It's for the perception of people outside of you. When you pull up to the restaurant, when you pull up to the event, when you pull up to valet, right? You don't spend a whole bunch of time looking at your car. Now, of course, we talked about changing our perception. Buying an expensive luxury car, we know that they are stimulating the economy in a very powerful way, and that $250,000 car purchase can stimulate $1 million of economic activity. So we celebrate that, but we're just saying, if we're going to pay the bill, enjoy. Don't let the bill take away your joy of the experience. Right? Own that I have not helped enough people to get what they want in order to have what I want. That's what we have to own. Let's not get bad at the bill. Let's get, and not even mad at ourselves, but let's tap into the creator or the creativity in ourselves and go back to what I said before. The best way to pay your bills is to build something that pays your bill. Okay? I need to bless more people so that I can easily have this thing in my life. When we avoid emotional spending, right? When we spend money, we end money, and realize that everything costs time, as we discussed in Money Commandment number 1, we avoid making financial decisions that aren't worth our time. Okay? We all have bills in our lives and should be grateful that we can pay them. I want you to think of your bills as employees that work for you day in and day out. Okay, and we want to change your mindset right here and right now. I want you to think of your bills as your employees that work for you day in and day out. Okay, we have Bill Sell. Bill Sell set up a costly national network of 5G towers so that you can talk to the people you love and connect to the internet whenever you want. That's Bill Sell. He only requests that you pay a fraction of his cost to do He only requests that you pay a fraction of his cost to do it, funded the money, and took all of the risk. Okay, so he only wants you to pay a fraction of the cost. He all the risk to put up all these towers all over the country, reach anybody anywhere, and all he asks me to do is pay a fraction of that cost. Right? Without cell phones and the internet, your alternative will be writing and mailing letters, or sending letters through pigeon, and listening to the radio or playing bingo as your primary form of entertainment. That's what would happen if Bill Sell didn't take that risk. Okay, so we celebrate Bill Sell for his long-term vision and commitment to helping us all stay connected. So everybody say, thank you, Bill Sell. Thank you, Bill Sell. Bill Sell is working on your behalf. Okay? Bill Sell is working on your behalf, my behalf, our behalf. In fact, Bill Sell, if he provides internet, is also the reason why we're able to connect here right now. Okay? Some of you are watching me on your cell phone right now, so we want to thank Bill Sell. Okay? Now, Bill Holmes. Bill Holmes took out a huge loan from the bank to build the home that you are in because he believed that this would be a nice place for someone to live one day. We talked about this before. Who's going to be wealthier? Somebody who's looking for a home for themselves or somebody who looks to house other people? The person who looks to house other people is going to be wealthier than the person who's only looking to house themselves. So Bill Holmes actually did that, okay? He bought the land with his hard-earned money and then got a loan to do the construction collateralized by his primary resident. He put his own house at risk if he did not succeed in order to create a home for you. So once the home you now live in was finished, he had to start paying back the bank, plus pay insurance, plus pay property taxes, plus handle anything you needed to be fixed if you're renting from him. So he charges you rent in exchange for providing you with quality, affordable housing. Your alternative is to live back at home or sleep in a tent outside. That's your alternative if Bill Holmes didn't do what he did. We should celebrate Bill Holmes for caring enough not only to provide housing for his own family, but to seek to do so for other families like yours too, who may not be in a position to buy their own homes yet. So everybody say, thank you, Bill Holmes. Thank you, Bill Holmes. Because what's my alternative? If Bill Holmes didn't show up in that way, if Bill Holmes only focused on his family and didn't focus on all the people who could not buy real estate yet, then guess what? Your alternative is living in your mama's basement or living in a tent or sleeping out of the car, right? That's the alternative. Bill Holmes didn't do what he did as a home builder and a landlord. Next, let's not forget Bill Farmer and Bill Butcher. Think about your favorite meal. Let's say it's a turkey burger and fries and fresh squeezed lemonade from a local restaurant. You may perceive it as just a $12 meal deal and get a little mad when they increase the price to $14, right? But think about all of the ingredients, people, and money that went into you being able to order your favorite meal on demand whenever you want it. Do you have any turkeys in your backyard? Does anybody here have turkeys in their backyard? So your favorite meal is a turkey burger, but you don't have any turkeys in your backyard. How about wheat for the bread, or peppercorns for the peppercorns, or salt, or lettuce, or onions, or potatoes, or lemons? Anybody have any of those things in their backyard right now that they can readily go pick? Okay, almost nobody. Okay, so are you growing any tomatoes for the ketchup, or eggs for the mayonnaise, or olives for the olive oil? In fact, when is the last time you've grown any food yourself? When's the last time you've grown any food yourself? Right? Even if you were growing all of those raw ingredients yourself, how long would it take you to grow them and make them usable to create your favorite meal yourself? How long would that take? How much of your time, which we know is your most valuable currency? And then let's consider all the people that went into getting you your favorite turkey burger. Let's start from the waiter and work our way backwards to the day laborers, and of course, God. First, there's the waiter, then the cashier, then the cooks, then the sous chefs, then the entrepreneur, then the delivery folks for each ingredient, then the owner of the farm, of every farm, and then the day laborers picking the vegetables and plucking the turkeys on your behalf. Then let's consider all of these people have families to feed and the risk the entrepreneurs who own the restaurant, delivery companies, and farmers took to start their businesses just so that you could have your favorite turkey burger. Finally, let's not forget God for photosynthesis so the plants could grow and for orchestrating all of the life from the turkey down to your taste buds. Imagine what it would have cost you in time and money to create that meal from scratch. I mean, from dirt. That's what I mean from scratch. From dirt yourself. Your favorite turkey burger should probably cost $40 or more, but instead you can have it whenever you want for $14 thanks to everyone and everything that is part of the food chain. Okay, so when I pray for food, you know what I do? I bless every ingredient that I can recognize in the meal. I say thank you. I say thank you to all of these people who made this meal possible for me, who manifested this meal. That's how I pray. That's how I celebrate. And it actually increases the value of the food to me because I see everything that went in to make this little thing that's sitting in front of me that I'm going to consume and is going to come out my rear end in 6 hours. All of that energy went in to this particular meal. All right. So everyone likes a discount, but if the restaurant owner undercharged you and every customer who loved the same turkey burger, you might be happy you saved $2 in the short run by getting the turkey burger for $12 instead of $14. But then when they go out of business in the long run because the price wasn't right, meaning that they were charging, meaning that what they were charging couldn't fully support the business, then what? You saved $2 here and there, but now you are no longer able to have your favorite turkey burger ever again. When you channel this stored energy called money into individuals and businesses you believe in, especially local businesses that you frequent, it sustains them and the world you wish to see. So sometimes, family, you got to not order something on Amazon. Yes, it may take you a minute to go walk to that local grocery store or go walk around to that boutique store there to get it when you could have just ordered it on Amazon, stayed in your house in pajamas, and it come to your doorstep. But in order to keep circulating in the place that you live, sometimes you got to say, I'm not using Amazon right now. I want to keep these businesses going because they enrich my experience. They enrich the neighborhood. They enrich my life. You just need to circulate in your neighborhood. Sometimes you don't need to go to the big chain store for a burger or for a smoothie or anything like that. Go to the local shop. Let's keep circulating because the owner's kids go to your school. The owner is the soccer coach, right? You want to keep them supported by circulating to them. Understanding. So we have so much to be grateful for that we tend to take for granted. We must celebrate every God-grown ingredient in the turkey burger and all the people that made it possible. And we must celebrate that you have enough to pay for whatever it is that you just bought. The fact that you can pay all of your bills is a blessing. Even if many of your bills go towards liabilities or expenses as opposed to assets and income, your payment demonstrates your abundance and that all your needs are met. Does getting angry at your undergraduate institution or Sally Mae move you towards a vibration of scarcity or abundance? Does cursing your landlord move you towards scarcity or abundance? Does hating Uncle Sam and taxes move you towards scarcity or abundance? You are contributing to the collective economy by circulating the money you control at the moment. Anything that is no longer circulating and has no currency is dead. Your dead presidents are alive and representing you and your choices. I'm not for president to represent me. Give money. Circulation in your body and of your money means that you are still alive and able to contribute to life. Circulating money means that you, not the United States president, are creating and sustaining jobs. You are rewarding companies that provide you with the product or service you needed or wanted and didn't want to create yourself. You are already saying it with your money, but write thank you on your bill slips or in the memo on checks to show your appreciation. Be a good steward of money, not a Scrooge, and circulate it freely and with joy. That is how billionaires pay bills. Pricing this book at $100 seemed absurd to some people. Now that you are 98% done, ask yourself, will this book result in more than $100, right? This is why I've had it as a bookmark. Will this book result in more than $100 in my life soon, if it has not already done so, because of your shift in mindset, your ability to see opportunities that you could not see before because you had blinders on, right? Because you had a limited perception and a perverted, inverted relationship with money. Has this book brought more abundance into your life? Not just abundance monetarily, but are you able to see how rich your life already is, right? The reason many of you aren't is because you haven't fully utilized and aren't appreciating that which you already have. And that's what we've been doing here through this process of the money mindset reprogram, okay? Or perhaps, will this book result in more than $100 in my life soon? Or perhaps it already has. Pause and answer that question in your mind with a yes or no. In chat, type yes or no. Has this book been well worth $100 in your life? Yes or no? Has it been? Because when's the last time you paid $100 for a book, a textbook in college? And what did that do for you? What did that do for you? The principles that I've taught you in here are how I created the wealth and abundance that I have today. I know that over time, this is going to lead to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 times more of these then you invested to be part of this experience. Okay. I want this book to be so valuable to you that it goes in your safe instead of on your bookshelf. That's how valuable I want this book to be to you. When you consider that I've taken over a decade worth of wisdom regarding money, manifestation, and the mind, and invested about a year of my life without pay to sit in front of a computer to capture the wealth of wisdom in a concise way for you to be able to easily read it and apply it, right? And for me to also read it to you for free, right? Where do they do that at? When's the last time you had an author read the book to you to make sure that it didn't just get in your hand, but that it got in your head and that it got in your heart? Because that's where the true transformation occurs, right? That I sat in front of a computer for a year to capture the wealth of wisdom in a concise way for you to be able to easily read it and apply it or listen to it as you're doing now. That is beyond some $15 book at Barnes & Noble, okay? These 400 pages are worth more than $400. These 400 pages are worth more than $400. As Jay-Z said, y'all think it's bougie. I'm like, it's fine, but I'm trying to give you $1 million game worth of game for $9.99. My remix is that the investment was just above my remix is that the investment was just above $99.99. In exchange for $100, I'm giving you wealth consciousness. Wealth consciousness, right? You can either choose to take the $100. You can either learn how to make the $100 through the power of your mind. And on top of that, we took it a level further that you can realize that you own the pond. So you can go ask for a fish, you can learn how to fish, or you can even realize that you own the pond. That's where I've taken you on this journey. The solution isn't just give me more money, right? No, we can actually bring more money into our experience by changing our being, doing, and having, okay? I think this is a pretty fair trade. The wealth of wisdom on paper in this book is worth more than you and your financial future, worth more to you, not worth more than you, sorry, worth more to you and your financial future than a paper $100 bill in your hand. This book can save you from poverty consciousness, whereas your savings account cannot. I say this to say, honor the creators who are shaping your world when you are on the consumer side of the equation. When you start to value the creators of this world, you happily pay all of your bills like billionaire. And you also begin to activate the creator in you, because now you know that whatever you're meant to create will be valued too. Okay? So that's how you pay bills like a billionaire. We celebrate the fact that we can pay bills. We honor those who've taken the risk to create the products and services that enrich our lives. And when all we have to do is give them some flat green cotton in exchange for the hard work and the risk that they took and all the employees that they pay, etc., we celebrate and we pay those bills with joy. We pay those bills without even looking at the number, in gratitude that we didn't have to go do that ourselves. I didn't have to go set up a cell phone network. I didn't have to go manage turkeys and chickens to get eggs and salt, and I didn't have to do any of that. They took care of all of that. All right.
All right. This concludes day 59. Day 59 is officially in the books. What are your takeaways? Not going to hold us up too much longer on this reading here. Like I said, we are towards the end. Money commandment number 10 is day 59. And today's reading was all about how to pay bills like a billionaire. And basically what Julian is saying here is when you're paying your bills, it's something that you paid for that you wanted. So you shouldn't be worried about the bill when it comes to you. It was a product or service that you look forward to receiving. And therefore, you shouldn't have any issue making payments on that product or service that you receive. You shouldn't have to worry about the bill. I kind of resonate definitely with that as far as the restaurant experience. You know, you had a nice meal, you enjoyed the meal. I see some videos online sometimes about this, when you got a group of people sitting together, enjoying each other's company, enjoying each other's time, enjoying the food, and then when the bill comes out, everybody goes ballistic. Now they have ruined the experience. You knew the bill was coming, the prices are on the menu, you knew what you was ordering, you knew how much it cost, you shouldn't be surprised of the total bill when it comes. You're just ruining the experience that you came for. So that was one of the takeaways I resonate from paying bills like a billionaire. Also, we have one more reading left. For those that are new, there's one more live reading left. So make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube page so you can get that notification and alert of the next reading. I will be doing a testimonial day based on all this reading, and we call it testimonies. How has this book impacted your life from the time we started reading or whenever you jumped in? You may have jumped in the middle and haven't caught up on the readings yet, but whichever chapter that resonated with you and caused change in your mindset, which caused change in your lifestyle changes, which caused positive momentum for you, we want to hear it. Testimonies, if you have a testimony of how your mindset has brought you into a position to create more money for yourself. And I'm looking to do this March 30th, Sunday afternoon. So there will be a YouTube link for you to sign up. And like I said, they're going to be live. It's going to be a Zoom. So everybody will be interactive, raise your hand, give your testimony. That way we can hear, and you can also hear others. Love to have you guys come and chime in. I definitely want to hear your takeaways, your testimonies, your testimonies. How has this book moved you forward in life, in wealth, since we have started the reading? Day one, my mindset was changed. But now let's come together live and just take about 30 minutes to an hour. Let a few people share their testimonies. How has your mindset changed? And one or two chapters of scriptures that resonate with you the most and how you think that could help anybody else. Looking forward to tapping in with you guys. So definitely look out for that link so you can sign up. That way I got a head count of how many people will be coming in the chat room. And we're just going to chop it up and share stories. Once again, this concludes day 59. Day 59 is officially in the books. Look forward to seeing you on the next read and also the live testimonials that we will come together and have on Sunday, March 30th. See you on the next read. Salute.